Hi there. Welcome to another episode of Love Healing, the podcast with me, Tiffany B. So we're talking about self-love today. And that can mean many different things to many different people. But how do you find your self-love? And it's usually easier said than done, right? So people can just say, oh, love yourself first. Put your mask on before you help others. You have to love yourself. Fill from a full cup. All right, cool, great. But what does that mean when you look in the mirror and you don't like your size? Or when you're walking down the street and we tend to, as in this human experience, see something that we want and our thought goes to, well, I don't have that, why not? Sometimes it goes to, oh, that's dope. I'm gonna get me one too, right? But you don't have any consistency usually when you're on the beginning of your self-healing journey to kind of find the tempo of like, where is it? Where am I? Who am I? What is this experience? So let's talk about what is self-love. First, who are you? Self-love means having a high regard for your own well-being and happiness. Self-love means taking care of your own needs and not sacrificing your well-being to please others. Self-love can mean something different for each person because we all have many different ways to take care of ourselves. Self-love is a state of appreciation for oneself that grows from actions that support our physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. And even though I know I just said a lot of things, what did I really say? Well, let's break it down. How to love you. How do you know what self-love means to you? For starters, it can mean talking to and about yourself with love or in the positive or affirmative. It could mean prioritizing yourself, giving yourself a break from self-judgment, trusting yourself, being true to yourself, being nice to yourself, setting healthy boundaries, forgiving yourself when you aren't being true or nice to yourself. So it's okay if you have that thought of like, oh, why did I do that? What was I thinking? But then don't like name call yourself or shame and guilt yourself into going down the downward spiral. Just say, okay, it is what it is. How can I move forward or respond differently next time or do something different next time? Forgive yourself. For many people, self-love is another way to say self-care. To practice self-care, we often need to go back to the basics. Listen to our bodies. Take breaks from work and move and stretch. Put the phone down and connect to yourself or others or do something creative. Eating healthy, but sometimes indulge your favorite foods. Self-love means accepting yourself as you are in this very moment for everything that you are. It means accepting your emotions for what they are and putting your physical, emotional, and mental well-being first. Now that is how you put your mask on first. You look in the mirror and say to yourself, you got this. Even if you don't feel like you look the best today, you can say you're beautiful inside and out, right? So maybe you start with something intangible, like inside. You can't see that. You can't touch that. But you're already divinely and brilliantly made because you're here. From creation, from source, from breath and life. You're here. So already inside, you're good to go. All right. What can we do to help tap into some of that self-love? Well, our guest today, Miss LovCourtney, is going to talk about her journey and then how she found dance fitness, and then became her own sort of guru in her own platform that she's developing right now. But, you know, like you think of dance and you're like, that's not healing? Or is it? Or can it be? Well, it's different for every single person. So yoga may not be your thing, and that's fine. Although, in my opinion, yoga is for everybody. Get it? Everybody. But also, you may be a CrossFitter. You may be a runner. You may be a cyclist. It doesn't matter. What fuels you? What gets your endorphins going? What gets your serotonin release, your oxytocin up? Find that. Let's talk about the benefits of dance fitness. So you have improved condition of your heart and lungs, better coordination, agility, and flexibility, stronger bones, and reduced risk of osteoporosis. Check, please. Yes, please. And then weight management and hormone release. So I just mentioned a few hormones that are released during exercise. So endorphins, they interact with your brain, right? And that is going to help to give you your perception of pain. Then you have oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine. All of those things directly coordinate with your mood and overall anxiety and stress and things like that. I don't know why I'm struggling for the words. I know exactly what these things do. I talk about it all the time. But definitely you want to have those receptors firing off in the body, connecting the body to the brain. And you can do that with dance fitness. Now, Latin Nights with Love. I hope we get to talk to her a little bit more about this because it's such an interesting concept. Let's, kind of dig into it a little bit. And Courtney believes that dancing bolsters physical and mental health by helping to prevent falls and lifting your mood and easing your anxiety. It's also a fun activity that sharpens the mind, increases aerobic power, strength, builds social bonds, thank you, and can reduce pain and stiffness. So when you add some Latin hip rolls and 3 steps, you can't help but feel the beat. So Courtney is a mom of 2. She is a woman who has struggled through several different, phases of life, as we all have. Growing up in Memphis, she, was not always comfortable in her skin, in her body size, as a dancer, all those things. But eventually she found what worked for her. So let's talk to Courtney. Hi, Courtney.
Hey, Tiffany.
Thank you for joining us on Love Healing today.
I'm happy to be here.
Good. And I'm going to just say, we just literally went through this whole interview and I wasn't recording. So she is amazing because now this is the real deal. So we always start our show by asking, who are you? So who is Courtney Lovretta?
Thank you, Tiffany. Well, I'm going to start this again by telling my followers and everyone who is watching Love Healing today about Tiffany Basket, because I don't think you all really know her. So I just want to say that I really admire you and you are so inspiring. I love that you continue to grow, how educated you are. Your mind is just so full of information and you're giving it out to the world as a gift, sharing your knowledge with us, helping us to heal from the inside out. And you're just very inspiring.
Thank you.
You are divine. Your light shines. And I thank you for everything that you do. I'm very appreciative to be here among royalty.
I'm still working on accepting compliments. My face is like,
it's hard. I'm the same way, but yeah, you deserve it.
Thank you.
So y'all make sure you go through her catalog on this channel and just, take your time out, an hour a day, and just watch her information about channeling and healing and using essential oils, things that could heal us from the inside out versus using, pharmaceutical drugs and things of that nature. So just go through the catalog. The gems are there. The information is there. We're here to help you and save you.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, who is Courtney?
Okay, now who am I? Who is Courtney Lovretta? So actually, I like to go by LovCourtney now because I like for people to know, anyone who meets me, I come in love first. I am love before I am anything else. But Courtney Lovretta is a woman of purpose, a woman who is sure of herself and aware of who I am, and who my higher self is. And I'm even aware of people, of others who may not necessarily know themselves as well. Because on my healing journey, I do a lot of meditation, reading, researching about myself, and I also go within.
Yes.
We have so much information within that we are unaware of. And so now my purpose is to help others discover who they are as well so that they have happiness.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a huge deal. I'm talking to someone this past weekend who is a little older than I am. And she said, it's my aunt. And she said, I'm retiring and I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm done
How young
working.
is she?
I don't know. Won't say. I won't call her all the way out.
Sorry, I'm just curious.
But we do we do go through life doing the societal checkpoints, like graduate from high school, go to college, get a job, have a baby, or get married, have a baby, right? Or whatever. And then we never really stop to say, okay, what actually makes me happy? Why am I here? So that's a big deal. And a lot of people could use that. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm here to help. Honestly.
So let's talk about dance.
Yay.
Because you teach Zumba, but you also do so many other types of dance.
Yes.
And you are formulating a format. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm excited about that because it's Latin. Okay, I'm going to let her talk all about all the things. But how did you find Zumba and how did you discover your love of dance?
Okay, so I've always had a love of dance from early as I can remember, maybe age 8 or 9, dancing in front of my teddy bears in my room, learning all the choreo to Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and Britney Spears.
Oh my goodness.
And then somewhere along the way, life happened and I forgot about dance. And then after having my second daughter in October of 2017, I was looking for some form of fitness that I actually liked because I hate running. It sucked. It used to suck. It doesn't suck anymore because I can do it now. But at first I hated running because I wasn't doing it right. Something was going on. And then I wasn't good with the weights. It just wasn't fun for me. So I just happened to go into a Zumba class one day where I met my mentor, Sazone. And I just fell in love with her style because, as you all know, every Zumba instructor is not the same. We are all different.
True.
We all have our own styles and flavor. And you go into some classes and that instructor may make you hate Zumba. And then you have those who make you love it and want more and want to come back for more.
And that's you.
Yes. That's what I tried.
It is you.
Yes. So yes, 2018, started doing Zumba with her three days a week. And then after 6 months, I got certified myself. Though I had to go through a little small knee injury to get the certification, I got it.
What knee injury? Was this a real knee injury or were you having just freaked out pain because you were about to be certified? What was that?
So this is what happened. So a week before my certification, I got this weird knee pain out of nowhere. 6 months of going to Zumba every day with her at LA Fitness. Never felt anything, but here it was, my dream. I figured out my passion, and then boom, I started having this weird knee pain. and a little swelling as well. So I Googled a drink to help with the swelling and with the pain, and it worked. It worked as magic. I was able to get through that certification, but the pain didn't go away completely because I ended up getting cortisol shots and taking a bunch of pain medicine that never worked.
Wow.
Wearing a knee brace. And then one day, I just happened to I was just standing there observing my own body and looking at my posture and how I was standing. And I realized I wasn't standing correctly.
Wow.
And if I wasn't standing correctly, then that must mean when I am dancing or moving, my my feet are probably, twisting and turning in a way that they shouldn't, which is therefore injuring my knee.
Yeah.
So I literally just started being conscious of that thing when I started getting back into it. And I haven't worn a knee brace since.
Wow. And that ties into our last episode. So if you didn't see that, with Antonio Atkinson and talking about barefoot training, how important the feet are and how much we don't even realize how important they are.
Exactly.
Pardon me. So, Courtney,
yes,
we want to know about your healing journey to self-love, because one thing that I know about you, and I do truly, truly admire and love about you, is that you're all about love. The first time we talked on the phone, when we were talking about you coming to work at the Fitness Collective, or work with as a partner, you said, I do everything with love, I lead with love, I am love. And I was like, okay, snap, 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 I'm all about it. I had gotten to a point here where I was like, I don't know if there's any other professionals that really want to invest in themselves and care about themselves and love themselves. And then, boom, you showed up. Your name is love. Your brand is love. Your face is love.
I'm love. There's no other way to describe me.
Yes. So what is your healing journey to self-love?
Okay, so that journey, honestly, it started with bulimia, which is the demon that I was battling for about 17 years.
Wow.
So it started somewhere in middle school, having body image issues and not feeling pretty enough, and, being lonely and just needing to find comfort, I guess. I started binging and, just eating for no reason. And then I would feel like crap afterwards.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to feel that way, and I knew what it was going to do to my body and how it was going to make me look, and so I would purge.
Yep.
But it never felt right. It never felt right with me. I knew it was wrong. It was something that I did in secret, and that I hid from people, and I was ashamed of it. And so when I was 32 years old, was I pregnant? I believe I was pregnant with my baby that I actually had a miscarriage from. And I ended up purging for some reason. Something was going on. I hadn't done it in a while, but I got back into that deep, dark hole again, and I just started eating just a bunch of crap for no reason. And then I ended up going to the bathroom, throwing up, and telling myself, like, you're pregnant, why would you do that? Like, you're taking nutrients from your baby, even though it probably wasn't anything great anyway. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, wow.
And then I told myself, then, you know what, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm not doing this. And then like 2 weeks later, found out I had a miscarriage. I didn't, think that either had anything to do, with the other. I just knew that, you know what, but you did it, and you gotta stop. So I pretty much vowed at that time, but that was not 2017. Did I say 2017? That was 2016.
Okay.
I had my daughter in 2017, my rainbow baby, Malia. And after her, that's when I told myself, you know what, I'm tired of being tired. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not purging. I'm not going to keep eating bad crap that I know shouldn't be in my body anyway.
Right.
So I started to learn about the food that I was eating. I started with What the Health.
Yes.
And after watching that documentary, that really was the starting driving force for me. Because after knowing that information, how can you go on and continue to eat the way you eat?
Right.
And then feed that to your children who you say you love and care about.
Yeah, 1,000%, I agree. So first of all, you said something really powerful. You said many powerful things, but one thing that I'm taking away in this moment is you made a choice. And in that instant, there was a change. So then you took your trial, right? The thing that was haunting you, and you've turned it into a testimony. That is powerful. That is one of the things that I didn't actually know about you, first of all. And then secondly, to just know that you have that inside. We all do, but we don't all choose to find the power. We don't all choose to say, in this moment, that's it, right? And then go on to educate ourselves. So did you also watch Heal?
Yes.
Yes.
So I watched Heal in 2020.
Okay.
I watched What the Health in like 2017, and then I watched The Secret. The Secret was big for me too.
Yeah.
Oh, so many gems in The Secret. Oh my God, just changing your mind. It's all mental.
Yeah.
Gosh.
All starts within.
So it was The Secret for me. Then it started with self-help books. Anything I can get my hands on. That really helped me, and stop not watching so much television. That was another thing that was triggering for me. Sitting around watching Housewives and Love and Hip Hop. I'm just snacking and eating the whole time for no reason.
Yes.
Like, why?
Yeah.
So when I stopped that and was just focusing solely on me and bettering myself, I stopped the snacking. And then Heal, I came across it, I don't even know how, in April of 2020, which they talked about healing the body with our mind. And that blew me out the park. I knew then that we were way more powerful than we are being told, or that we even are aware of ourselves.
Yes. That's what this is about, first of all. But it's just about remembering. We already have everything that we need inside of us if we could take the focus off of everything outside of us.
Yes.
As soon as we can do that, then we can be reminded of what I like to say is the greatness in our DNA. The DNA literally has all the information that was ever here. We have it. So it's just reminding ourselves. Nothing belongs to us. Everything is all of ours.
Absolutely.
And yet we hide it from each other, which then we hide it from ourselves, which is crazy.
Because we are all connected. We are all one.
Right. See, told you she was smart.
You're rubbing off on me.
So let's talk about Latin Nights with Love.
Yes, ma'am.
So you debuted this on your birthday, which was
12/12.
12/12. First of all, that's a magic number
It
also.
is. Absolutely.
And you are like the Latin dance lady. If you see it, yes, I'm going to put the links to her YouTube. You got to go watch her video. She's going to put some more choreo breakdowns. But as soon as you see it, you're going to be like, wow. She's not only doing Latin dance, she's doing it in heels, and it's fitness, and it's hot.
And
so,
fitness.
Yes.
Absolutely.
How'd you come up with that?
So, of course, Zumba is the Latin-based dance fitness. So, when you're getting certified, everything is reggaeton, salsa, cumbia, merengue.
Yeah.
Soca, that vibe. And for me, the salsa and bachata speaks to me the most. And so, it always has, because I can remember as early as I can remember in middle school, listening to Ricky Martin's entire album. I don't know, like my mom just bought me the CD. I don't even know why. I wasn't playing him that. Like I said, I was into pop music, Britney Spears and NSYNC. I don't know where Ricky Martin came about, but she just happened.
Wait. I want to just pause here because I said I was going to bring this up.
What?
The fact that you not only like Latin music, pop music, and all that, and you grew up where?
In Memphis, Tennessee.
Right. I don't know if you guys heard it, but she does have that Memphis twang. It's so subtle, but it's there. And I just am trying to imagine this little black girl listening to Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys. It's like does not compute,
Listen,
but that's awesome.
They were all over my walls. When I tell you Justin Timberlake, hey, call me. Who Eminem? I was a big fan. He was all over my wall. Oh yes, I loved the white boys when I was younger. It's very much true. I don't know where that came from. But yes, and of course Ricky Martin as well, and Christina Aguilera. That music, it just always spoke to me. So as I was doing Zumba and practicing at home and getting ready for classes, one day I just put on some heels as I was practicing and getting ready for class. I'm like, this is fun.
Yeah.
Like we are missing out here. So I said, you know what? Why not? And then I started looking for salsa classes and bachata around Atlanta. And I mean, there are a few sprinkled here and there, but they're way far from me, way too far from me. And so I said, you know what? I mean, I'm pretty good at this. Can do this myself. You know, so definitely look out for Latin Nights with Love here at the Fitness Collective. It's going to be virtual and in person. So
I'll be putting all the links. Don't worry, they will not miss a thing.
Oh, I know it. Because I'm going to post about it too.
Okay. Well, Courtney, I really appreciate you coming today and talking about self-love and bringing the reminder to us all that not only can we do it, but as soon as we make a decision, that's when the healing can happen.
Exactly.
That's when the change can occur, and it's literally, boom, an instant. Not that the hard work doesn't come after that, but as soon as you commit, right?
Yes.
I don't want to speak for you.
Absolutely.
So maybe as soon as you commit, then then what happens?
As soon as you commit, you start to get into the routine, because it is a lifestyle change, you know, having to change your mind from everything that you know into something, you know, something else, something more positive for you. Waking up with daily affirmations helps. Putting sticky notes every day, just reminding yourself, you know, that you are great, that you know, you can do this, you know, become your biggest supporter. You know, love any advice that you would give to someone else, give that to yourself. Look in the mirror, and that's what I often do, actually. I look in the mirror and I talk to myself just how I would anyone that I plan to help. I check myself.
Yes.
At the door, always. And we have real conversations. And I tell myself, you know, I don't like that about you, or I don't like that you said that, or, you know, this isn't doing anything, or this is causing me anxiety. Well, why is that causing you anxiety? Why do you feel this way?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it harming you? Is it having any effects on your life? You know, have those conversations with yourself, and then you can start to recognize, you know, the things that are causing you to get there, you know, mentally, and you can heal from that.
Yeah, 100%.
Or work through it, at least, you know.
I love that. And I have a little story just to piggyback on that. One day, not because we haven't known each other that long.
No.
But every time I've seen her, she's been like, hey, Tiffany, and it's boom, boom, boom. And she's on, and then there's Zumba. But this one day, I guess she wasn't like the most happy, but you didn't show it. You still smiled. You still were like, whatever. And then after, it was like at some point during the day, you text me and you said, hey, I'm really sorry. I think my energy was off. I didn't want to, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I knew it, but I didn't want to say anything. And so oftentimes people have off energy, right? And then they never acknowledge it, and they never circle back to say, you know what, it wasn't about you. It was whatever, blah. That was big for me. That was another moment, as if I needed more. But that was another moment that I was like, this woman is a real person. I mean, yes, obviously you're a person, but like you're real. And it doesn't matter what's going on in your life. You are able to be authentic. That is rare. Just so you know.
I appreciate that. I really do, because I care. I don't want, just because I'm having a bad day, I don't need my bad day rubbing off on you. I still want you to have a great day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I try to be aware of that. And you know what's funny, even my best friend just told me the other day, you know, you don't have to always act like you're happy. You know, it's okay to not be okay. And I was like, but I am okay. You know, I do have moments, of course, where I double back, or, you know, something gets to me or something triggers me and I'm feeling down and I'm crying, you know. But I've done so much work up until now that I can pull myself out of it a lot quicker than I used to be able to.
Yeah, that's
so
big.
that's why it feels like I'm just always happy, because you know what, I know that in those times it's time to start remembering the good things, all the great things going on in life.
Yeah.
Whatever is bringing me down right now, no.
Right. Let me just say from a Buddhist parable, that suffering is a choice. Also, so is happiness. So whether you have nothing or you have everything, the way you feel about it is up to you. Mm-hmm. So that's true.
Absolutely.
And it's okay to not be okay.
It's okay. It's okay. But I smile through the pain, you know, because I know that it's always greater later and the best is yet to come. I don't need to, succumb to depression. I've been there. I know what it does to us. I know where it can go. Mm-hmm. No.
Well, you have two beautiful girls.
Yes.
And you're a dancer.
Yes.
And you're a healer. And you love love.
I do.
Good.
Yes.
So we're going to end on that note, because I don't think anybody else needs to know anything else except to go check out your page and come to class with love.
Yes.
Thanks, Courtney.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Tiffany.
Wow. Wow and wow. See, you never really know someone's story until you sit with them and find out. Who would have thought that Miss LovCourtney would have had such a struggle, right, with an eating disorder and self-image and, confidence. Seeing her now and just getting to know her over the last few months, it has been interesting to now know the other part, to now know more about her, where she comes from, what she's been dealing with, and to also know that she does that with love. Well, you should know. I'm all about that. Love, and more love. It's the highest frequency. It is the healing thing, the thing that everyone can access at any time that they choose to. That's the key. Soon as you make the choice to love yourself, doesn't mean you won't have bad days. Doesn't mean you won't doubt yourself ever again. It doesn't mean you won't get angry or sad or mad. That's the same thing, angry, mad. Sad, despondent, confused, frustrated. Doesn't mean any of those things won't happen. But it does mean that maybe you can flip that coin and give yourself a little forgiveness, a little grace, a little peace, a little happiness, and a lot of love. So try a dance class. Definitely try a yoga class. And find the thing that works for you. Maybe you're a writer, a singer, It doesn't matter. But the thing that really resonates with you, that center, 0 point, right, that is going to bring you back to homeostasis, optimal balance, mentally, physically, emotionally. When you find it, stick with it. Do it as often as possible. And then you might even find that you want to teach others how to do that. And all teachers are not perfect. That saying, those who don't have teach, doesn't have to necessarily be true. But maybe the teacher is also learning. The teacher is also the student. I'm a life student. I think Courtney mentioned how she's always learning and always open to learn. We should be open, and I don't even like to use the word should, but it's always a good idea to consider being open to the fact that you don't actually know everything. Maybe you know nothing, but somebody does, and the information is out there, and we can find it, collect it, gather it, present it, teach it, learn it, and grow it. I, for one, when I was teaching Zumba, remember the feeling of just dancing and sweating and leaving it all on the floor. My classes were full. It was great. It was great until it wasn't. I found Booty Yoga. I started teaching that. And then I went down the yoga rabbit hole, right? I never stopped dancing, just changed the way I did it. So you don't have to stop doing the things that you love. You can change how you do them. Courtney's not going to stop teaching Zumba. Maybe, not yet. But she is bringing in Latin nights with love. Learn a little bachata, a little salsa. And that might hit differently with you, but it still might feel great. Learning how to roll the hips, really getting into the sacral chakra, right? The center for creativity, for passion. That's cool. That sounds cool to me. And in all, at the end of the day, when you finally know someone's story, if you can listen without judgment, you'll hear the parts that the choices were made to either change or to stay in the story. What's your story? And what choices are you making for yourself today? Whatever you may be struggling with, do you still want to? Well, it's up to you. But if you can find a couple of tips from our self-love intro, click the links below. We have articles that you can read, some more self-care tips. Maybe you make yourself a face mask or log into a yoga class. I'm always going to go back to yoga, just so you know. Log in and take a yoga class. It can be with me. It can be with whomever. Koya Webb has some very nice yoga classes on YouTube. All of those things can happen, and you can start to change your perspective and tap into you. Aren't you excited? I am. See you next time. Or until next time. Let's vibrate higher. Thanks for joining us this week on Love Healing, the podcast, brought to you by True Align Holistic Life and me, Tiffany B. Please visit our website at www.truealignlife.com and follow us on Instagram at True Align Life. Big shout outs and thank yous to our sponsors, the Fitness Collective in Atlanta, which you can also follow at Fitness Collective ATL. As always, we'd appreciate if you'd hit subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss any new episodes. Let us know what you want to hear about. What do you want to learn? What is your passion? How are you showing love to others and most of all, to yourself? You can leave us an anonymous note if you'd like, and we'll be happy to share your story on air. Until next time, I look forward to our vibration elevation again next week. Bye.